In any city, in any country, go to any hospital and ask to visit the holder of hate. The attendant will give you a firm handshake, look you straight in the eyes, and say, "It took you long enough." They will hand you a key to room 532 and tell you to go down the left hall. As you walk down the hall, you will hear insane cackling. Should it stop, yell, "I do not fear you." If it does not begin again, if it does not begin again, run as fast as your legs will carry you. Should it continue, keep walking. Stop when you reach room 532. The door will be covered in scratches, gashes, and all manner of burns. There will be a small, strangely unscarred glass panel in the door. Peer inside. If there is a figure standing with his back to you, retreat as quietly as you can. If the room is empty, unlock the door and enter. A red light will be shining in through the sole window in the room. Should you gaze out of this window, your eyes will soon burst from your sockets and your screams will be your only utterance for all eternity. The room is small, the walls covered in blood, and a small cloaked figure sits in the middle. It responds to only one question: why do they hate? The figure's cloak will fly into the air, revealing a grotesquely disfigured being. It will answer your questions in horrific detail. Upon finishing the story, it will collapse, as if a tremendous burden has passed from its shoulders, and crawl into the corner. You will begin to hear strange, unearthly shrieks from beyond the door. They will be getting nearer by the second. Your only hope is to wrap yourself in the cloak and hurl yourself out the red window. If you are not followed, you will wake up on the lawn of the hospital the next day, wrapped snugly in the cloak. The cloak is object 23 of 538. It will hide you from their hate. In any city, in any country, go to any mental institution or halfway house you can get yourself into. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit the holder of colour. The warden will glance up at you and give you a shy smile before holding out his hand to you. You must wait precisely 8 seconds before taking it, or the colours themselves will deny you and you may not enter. The warden will stand and lead you to a cell, opening the front door for you and motioning for you to enter. Inside the cell you will find 2 little boys, both garbed in shades of grey, and their skin and hair will appear as if all the colour was drained out of them. One has long hair and wears a white dress, while the other wears a black suit and has hair cut short. Only look into the white one's eyes, for if they are normal, and the eyes of the black-clothed boy will lead you into madness. Each will wear 1 glove and hold out both of their hands to you. Take only the gloved hand of each, for should you touch the black-clothed boy's flesh, you will be plagued with the worst agony in all the universe, but you will not die, and he will not let go. Should you touch the white-clothed boy's flesh, you will feel more pleasure than you have ever experienced, but he will soon pull his hand away, and you will never feel that pleasure again, no matter how hard you yearn for it. Your lust will kill you. The boys will look at each other and nod once. Should they shake their heads, close your eyes and quickly say, "I am not what you seek, but I can change the tides." Once you say this, they will both giggle and pull on your hands, opening a trap door in their cell and descending into darkness. The boys will speak in unison, endlessly bragging about their riches, all the things they have. They will ask you many times if you are jealous. Each time you must simply answer yes. Your fate now lies in the hands of these boys. The stairs you descend are long and grow ever narrower, until finally 1 boy will go in front and 1 in back. Should the boy in black go in first, consider yourself lucky. Life now is at your back. But should he go in back, your death will be agonizing, and he will throw you from the stairs into the abyss below. After what seems like an eternity, you will reach the end of the stairs, and both boys will push you to a large glass door. They will stare after you, tears streaming down their faces, and tell you they can go no further but point to the door. You must enter. The room is pitch black, save for a single beam of light at its direct centre. Standing in the light is a woman, much like the boys, completely stripped of colour. Her hair and gown both reach the earth, each as white as her flesh. Her eyes are only white, staring blankly at you. If she should smile at you, you have amused her, and she will light up the entire room with her light, and you will become one of the writhing bodies that make up the collection beneath the glass floor. Should she frown at you, she will turn her back and light up the part of the room behind her, awakening 7 other beings: a cackling man who wears just black, a weeping woman garbed in white, and a snarling man with piercing red eyes, a grimacing woman who wears only pink petals, an emotionless girl enveloped in green, a sickly man with silver hair, and a smirking gentleman covered in riches. They are to be your judges. You must pick the one that you feel will do you justice and walk towards them, asking along your way, when will they strip you of this earth? Should you choose the wrong colour, the one you have chosen will stand very still and smile at you eerily, and you will soon feel yourself slipping away into nothingness. Should you have chosen the correct colour, they will respond with a hideous screech, pointing fearfully at the woman in the centre of the room. The others will scream curses at you in many different languages, and you will feel piercing pain rip through your body. Soon the ones you have chosen will step forward to embrace you and whisper into your ear their sickening tales, the stories of your demise, of the demise of the world when every breath will fade away. Do not move. The curses will stop and the room will be lit, as 7 all staring at you. Where the woman was there will now be a small feather like that of a dove, changing its colour continuously. This feather is object 24 of 538. With it you can take away what was theirs to give. In any city, in any country, go to any hospital and ask to visit the one who refers to himself as the holder of creation. The clerk will look into your eyes, horrified, before standing up. She, and only she, will lead you to the maternity ward and push you into a locked door, which you will glide through. Once inside the door, you will notice 2 more, one to the left and one to the right. You must choose the one in the direction of which you are most accustomed, hoping all the while that fate has correctly guided your hand. Touch the door handle. If light peeks from under this doorway, you must enter. If it doesn't, you must run into the other room as fast as you can. Sleep where you drop, and do not trust anyone. Do not enter the sunlight, seek shadows, and pray to whatever god you wish that you pass unnoticed. If the light is emitted from beneath the door, or if by some miracle you evade capture after your error and return, choose once more. Enter cautiously. The room seems to stretch into eternity. Make no attempt to comprehend its size or shape, as many men greater than you have been driven mad at the fort. Strewn across the entirety of this room are the bodies of the stillborn and the fetuses of the unborn. Those capable of sound will be seen to pierce the very fabric of your consciousness with cries which appear to be both audible and a figment of your imagination. On the horizon will be a mother, little more than the child herself, clutching a baby wrapped in a tattered blanket with her to her teat. Closer examination of the sulking infant will leave you pondering its true age. Its expression seems worthy careworm, an eternal, knowing glance is assuring you that its eyes have forgotten more than most will ever see. Approach the mother calmly. Should you startle her and interrupt the feeding, your only hope is to whisper, "I wish not to disturb you, nor your beautiful son." If you have appeased her, position yourself as to gaze directly into the child's eyes. Once there, you must not break eye contact for fear of upsetting the infant and bringing about your own doom. You may ask this infant one question and only one question. For what have we been created? The infant will move and wrap its tattered cloth around you, binding you and rendering you limb from limb, yet you must not react to the pain or risk never returning to your original form. If you can overcome the agony, he will stare into your eyes, and you will see the beginning of the cosmos. All things that have been since the creation of existence will unfold before your eyes. The truth of the origin of the Seekers will be brought to life, and if you are not driven insane by this truth, you will feel the warmth of this knowledge glowing inside you. This heat will grow until the pain of the burn outweighs that of the top flesh of 1,000-fold. You'll feel your body melt away, burning into nothing save ash. At the peak of your anguish, if you have managed to remain stoic, you will blink the eyelids which you are no longer have, opening them to find you have returned outside. Exactly 1 day before the incident, in your hands you will find a tattered manuscript, the text of which seems to predate existence. This object is 25 of 538. The book yearns to return the other objects to it, and within it the cryptic knowledge of how to do so.